If you're watching this tutorial and you're interested in changing uni degrees, this tutorial will cover everything you need to know and how to do that. First off, let's cover entry requirements. So these are the things that you need to do to get into the degree. They're kind of like the rules that you need to follow. So the most important entry requirement is your rank score. Now this can be your ATAR, your OP, or even your GPA, and I'll show you a bit later in this video on how to convert your GPA to a rank score. Next, there might be a couple of prerequisites that you might need to complete before you're eligible to be in that degree. So for example, if you're doing engineering, you might need a Maths B or a physics background to get into that before you can get into that degree. Next, you might need relevant experience in a degree. So this usually applies to postgraduate courses. So for example, a health management course may require you to do 1 or 2 years worth of experience in a health practice before you can do this. Next, you might need a portfolio. Now this really applies more so to the creative arts programs. For example, you might need maybe a music composition or something like that before you enroll into that degree. Next, some degrees require postgraduate entry. So typically this is like medicine and such programs like that. Honours, Masters, PhD are also all postgraduate entries. And finally, the last thing you want to check is the semester it's offered. So there's no point trying to enroll in a course in semester 2 if it's only offered in semester 1. Here's a typical structure of something you might see when applying for a degree. So here we have the Bachelor of Biomedical Science, and highlighted in this circle are the entry requirements. And here we've got an overall position or an OP position of 8 and a rank score. And again, this course is only offered in semester 1. Also, this course has a number of prerequisites. For example, you need to have completed English, Maths B, and either biology, chemistry, or physics at a satisfactory level in high school. Now, if you haven't done these courses, it's okay. You can catch up and you can do some filler courses that will give you these prerequisite requirements. Also on this page, you can access on how to apply. And just note that this is for domestic students, so if you are an international student, you might have to look at the application process for that. Now I'm going to talk a bit about the OP score versus your rank score. So if you didn't do too well in high school, it's okay. And it might comfort you to know that just passing 1 year of uni can give you a rank score of 93, which is the equivalent of an OP5. Now the really cool thing about this is you don't even need to do all the courses in a year. You can spread it out across 2 or 3 years if you wanted to. To highlight this in a bit more detail, I've pulled up this table here, and there's a couple of things that we need to look at. So 2 things influence your rank score. The first is the more courses you do, the better your rank. And the second is the better your GPA, the better your rank. So with the courses and the number of courses, it comes to a maximum of 8 courses. So if you do more than 8 courses, it doesn't matter. You're already in that column, the highest column on the right. Now, of course, rank is influenced heavily by GPA. So the better you do, the better your rank score as well. Now, there is one thing to note about this table, and that's this sort of cutoff of 3.75. If you have completed less than 8 courses and your GPA is under 3.75, then your OP score or ATAR score will be used, and you cannot use your rank score. However, if you have done 8 or more courses at uni and you have a GPA under 3.75, then the lower of the 2 scores will be used. So for example, if your OP score was a 16 and you had a rank score of 85, they'll use the 16 because it's lower of the 2. If you do end up being above this, then they'll actually use the higher of your 2 ranking scores, and that's applied to both scenarios. So let's say, for example, you've ticked all the boxes and you've got all the prerequisites and you've got a good rank score. So how do you actually change into another degree? Well, you can do it via the university's admission centres. So for example, QTAC, UAC, that kind of stuff. Or if you're staying at the same university, you can do an internal transfer, which is free. Just a heads up, some degrees require only via the state's university admission centres, so be sure to check. One such degree is dentistry. So if you are a Griffith student and you wish to do an internal transfer, you can access via the forms page with this link here. Simply click on the internal transfer online form to complete your transfer. Make sure you're logged onto your My Griffith account because you need to be logged in to apply the form. If you can't find the form, please look below on this video in the description section and there'll be a link to it there. Thanks for watching and good luck in your application.